5 is going to be about 5 tips to help increase your energy and motivation so that you can thrive in life and just feel better. Because if our energy and motivation isn't there, it's hard to do anything else. So, do you feel like your motivation and energy is low? That you're just wondering if you can actually increase that naturally without taking a supplement or drinking a bunch of coffee? So, I'm going to be giving you 5 tips to help do that so that you can get more done in your day. So, if you don't know me, my name is Michelle and I have my doctorate in physical therapy. I'm a personal trainer, a health coach, and a yoga teacher. So, I help moms who have put themselves on the back burner finally lose 20 plus pounds, get in shape, fit back into their clothes, and fix their metabolism without dieting so that they can increase their energy and feel good. So, as I go through this and I'm giving you 5 different tips, I want you to start just one, pick just one to start with. So, if you're thinking you can do all these, then yeah, that would be great. Most likely you're not going to do it. So, if you start with just one and you can stick to that, then you'll be more likely to be successful with that. And you can always come back and add a different one in, or maybe that one didn't work for you and then try something different. So you're going to have to experiment a little bit here. And that's like with anything in life. You need to try things out and find what works for you, because what works for one person is not necessarily going to work for you. All right. So the first one is having a balanced meal. So this is really huge for stabilizing your blood sugars, and this really helps with those energy spikes and dips. So typically, to help stabilize your blood sugars, you're going to want to have some protein in that meal and maybe a little fat. So that helps to keep your energy more even. So if you have a lot of processed food or high starch carbohydrates, and especially ones that are processed and don't have fiber and other nutrients in it, those are going to spike your blood sugar and then you're going to crash. So to keep your energy levels more stable, you have to balance that by having some protein, some healthy fat in it. So that is really huge in your energy. And this also really helps with losing weight and keeping your metabolism in check. So again, that's having a protein and maybe a healthy fat with each meal, making sure you're sort of minimizing the processed foods, the things that will spike your blood sugar real quick. All right. So next is staying hydrated. So think about when you haven't drank enough, you start to become sluggish. Maybe you get a headache, and then a headache doesn't make you feel great. And your brain just doesn't function well when you're not getting enough water. So this is huge on energy, and then which plays into your motivation. So try drinking sips throughout the day so that you're staying hydrated. And a typical place to get started is drinking half your body weight in ounces. So if you're 150 pounds, that's about 75 ounces. And this is just a starting point. So you might find that if you're sweaty or you're doing more movement, that you're going to need a little bit more. So take that starting point and adjust it and test it out. So if your starting point is 75 ounces, say maybe one day you had 50 ounces, write down how you felt. How did your energy feel? How did your body function that day? Then maybe another day you have the 100 ounces, you go like way above, and notice how you felt and experiment with it. And do it for a few days, because there could be other factors, and see how it makes you feel. How does your energy feel? How does your body function? And an important thing with drinking water that gets hard with a lot of people is just remembering. So you want to have cues to help you remember. So this could be one, just getting your cup out and having that out in the morning. Maybe you have a reminder on your phone that goes off to drink a water, or maybe you have it with another cue. So maybe you have your water by your phone, and every time you go on your phone, you're going to drink a cup of water, or maybe before writing an email. So see if you can find stuff that you are doing in your day pretty frequently where you could add drinking water onto that habit. So you're connecting this habit you already have established, picking up your phone, and adding something on. So every time I pick up my phone, I'm going to drink some water. And that can just be a great way to help you to remember to actually do it. And also trackers are great and motivating. So having a water tracker up can also help. All right. So number 3 is get movement in about every hour. So when I am talking about movement, I'm talking about moving your body. So that means just getting up, walking around, maybe that's cleaning. So it's not exercise. So your muscles shouldn't be burning. You shouldn't be out of breath. It's just movement. So our bodies were designed and meant to move. They weren't designed to sit all day. And that's where we get achy, where we get sluggish, and we just don't have the energy to do stuff. So a good goal is every hour. But if you can't do that, maybe start at every 2 hours. So start where you are. And again, this could be a quick walk. It could be just around your house. It could be around your table. Stretching. So just moving that body, stretching the arms up, picking a couple things to do. Back bends are great. So even just like reaching up and back bending is a great way. And those back bends tend to be a little more energizing. You could even do like get up and do squats, 10 squats or 10 wall push-ups. You could call a friend and walk and talk. So adding this movement in is really great for increasing your energy and stopping you from being so sluggish. And this is also great for your metabolism, again, because our bodies are meant to move. This helps to keep our metabolism up because we're using it. Okay, my next one, we're going to bump that up a notch and talk about exercise. So exercise is where your muscles are burning or your heart rate is up. So I have movement where your body is just moving. You're doing those normal activities of daily living, and exercise where you are really working those muscles or increasing your heart rate. So you can, again, keep this simple. Start with 5 or 10 minutes if that's where you're at. You don't have to make it complicated. You don't have to make it long. So I usually prefer to do strength training or strength training yoga or even a HIIT. So something that's really going to work those muscles and build your muscle mass. But if you love cardio, you can do cardio in short bursts too. And just really experiment with what makes you feel good and how do you feel after you exercise. So working out in the morning is always great, but I know not everybody's motivated to, so you can sort of test it out. So maybe you try 3 mornings where you work out for 15 minutes and notice how that spilled over into your daily life. Did it actually energize you, or were you just like angry that you had to work out and that's not working for you? And maybe you need to move it to the afternoon or early evening. So again, you need to experiment and you need to be consistent. And I have a free 5-day exercise challenge that's just 15 minutes a day. So if you want to get started with that, I will put that link in the comments. So that's just a great way. It is meant for beginners, and you can just start exercising in small chunks every day and then build up to getting into that consistent routine. All right, next is willpower. So I want you to think of willpower as a battery. So it is something that needs to be charged up. Because when our willpower is not strong, we're not going to have the motivation to make healthy choices. So think about when you are stressed, you're not going to be making good choices. You are probably going to grab those cookies or grab those other things that aren't healthy for you. So when our battery is drained, and we're feeling really stressed, we just go back into those common habits. So if we're used to at night just snacking on a bag of chips and our battery's drained, that's what we're going to do. Instead of if our battery is full, we'll not be like, oh, that actually doesn't make me feel good. Maybe I'll have some almonds. Maybe I won't eat anything. But when that battery is full, you can start to make better decisions and have the motivation to do that. So when we are overworked, when we're overwhelmed, even when we overexercise or over diet, when we get bad news, those all drain our batteries. And if you're a mom, your kids probably drain your batteries, or a messy house. So you have all these other things that can really drain your battery. So I want you to think, what charges your battery? So for me, going outside and just being outside charges my battery. Just going for a gentle walk outside. So this is typically, sometimes I do walk for exercise, but a lot of times I'll just go for a walk around the block, and I do it slower. So I'm not really increasing my heart rate, but I'm just getting outside. I'm just enjoying the movement. And that is a good thing to charge my battery up. So journaling, I also like to do yoga and get that deep breathing and that movement all in one charges my battery. Exercise, or for me, also talking with a friend every once in a while, hopping on the phone or going for a walk and talking with someone. So you want things that allow for rest and recovery in your life. So I want you to maybe jot down a few things that help to charge your battery. And really think of that, like when you feel like you're struggling with motivation and you're like, I just don't have the willpower to do this, go back to that your willpower is a battery and your battery's not charged up. So what do you need to do to charge up that battery so you do have the motivation to make those better choices. And another thing you can do is little willpower workouts. So this is just practicing small chunks of where you want to exert some more willpower or and building that up. So let's say that when you go out to eat with friends, you always get a big dessert and you eat that. So maybe the next time you go out, you're going to just have 3 bites of that dessert when you're with friends and you just slowly work up. So whatever area you're looking for a little more willpower in, just think of it as a mini workout. How can I do a mini workout here to build up that willpower so I can do that? And when you're successful with those small chunks that don't seem all that important, that's going to build your motivation and that's going to allow you to do other things. So when you're successful with this little thing, you get the motivation to try this bigger thing. So I hope that makes sense. So to summarize those, we have picking a balanced meal. So making sure you're having some protein and healthy fats and really stabilizing those blood sugars so you're not having the big spikes. 2, staying hydrated, making sure you're drinking enough water. Number 3, getting movement in every hour. So again, this isn't exercise. This is just getting up and moving your body. Number 3 is getting some actual exercise in. So getting your heart rate up, working those muscles, because when you do that, that energy goes up, you feel good. And number 5 is charging up that willpower battery to help increase that motivation. So again, start with just one and experiment. And when you start with one, I want you to think about what is going to have the most impact and is doable. So it has to have those 2 things. So it has to be something that you're actually going to do. So if you think working out in the morning is going to have the most impact, but you're only 50% sure you're going to do it, go to a different one, start somewhere else. So find something that's going to have the biggest impact, but also that is doable for you and you're pretty confident that you can do. And once you have started with that one thing, come back to this, maybe re-listen, and then maybe add on something else. Again, thinking what's going to have the most impact and what I'm going to do. Those are 2 huge factors when you're making a decision really about anything in life. So that is all for today, but I want to tell you about my fitness membership. So it has all of my fitness programs in it. So it has my men's yoga, Fit Fusion, and Breathe and Strengthen yoga program. Plus my fitness membership has all my other yoga classes. It has morning yoga. It has a bunch of strength workouts. And this week only, well, you'll always have a 7-day free trial. And then right now it's only $15 a month. And if you sign up before the end of this month, you're going to lock in that prices because starting in August, it's going to go up to $25 a month. So even in the future, if I add more things to it and raise the price again, you're going to be locked in at the $15 a month. So that will be awesome for you. And a bonus, when you sign up this week only and after your free trial ends, you will get a free personal training or health coaching session with me. So this is a great opportunity. If you're confused about where to start in any of these tips, we can talk that out, or we can just do a live personal training session or a yoga session, whatever you need. And a double bonus for this week is if you have a friend join my fitness membership, just send me a message and I'll give you an extra private session for that too. So if you have 5 friends join, you're going to get 5 private sessions with me plus your one. So let me know if you have any questions about my fitness membership. I will make sure to put that in the link. So I hope that you all have a great week.